I recently made 270% on my Reddit puts and 110% on my Snowflake puts. But this video is not about Reddit or Snowflake. This video is about my new hedge and why I think I'm gonna make 20 to 50% easily. Because that's what this channel is all about. It's about trading stocks on the way up and on the way down. And there is no stock that is going to run 40 to 50% without my noticing it. And that's the case with the stock in this video. So before we analyze the stock, the charts, the trade, and the financials, there's two quick announcements. The first announcement is that I will be posting a video every Sunday and every Wednesday. And this will be a wide video, which will be about 10 to 20 minutes long. So I suggest you tune in every Sunday night around 5 p.m. because that'll set up the trades for Monday and Tuesday. And the Wednesday or Thursday video will wrap up Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays trading. So these two wide videos will wrap up the entire week. And also be aware that I post a short every day. So go under the shorts playlist and I suggest you hit play all and it'll just roll into the next short. The second announcement is my other two channels. One is a Bible preaching channel where I preach the Bible, and the other channel is a homeless helper channel where I go around helping homeless people. And for every like that you click, whether it's this channel or the other two channels, that is your donation to a homeless person. Because the more likes my channels get, the more chances they are to be monetized and I can make money and help more people. As of now, none of my channels are making money, so I'm feeding the homeless people from the food from the restaurant that I work at. But one day the channels will make money and I will help more homeless people. So thank you for clicking a like for any of the videos, and I just want to let you know that it is helping a homeless person. And if you're interested in the other two channels, the links are under the channel description. With that said, let's get started with this video because I'm very excited about the stock. Okay, so the stock of the video and the hedge that I just placed is on Rocket Lab, ticker RKLB. And I know what you're thinking, why did I do such a thing when it has such crazy momentum? Missiles are popular right now, the whole Trump defense spending is hot right now, aerospace is hot right now, space travel is hot right now. So why would I do such a thing? The reason is simple. It traded too high, too fast, and there's not enough revenue to support such a move. And I know I'm betting against momentum, but we're gonna look at my plan in a few minutes and the strategy moving forward. And keep in mind, I already made 40% on two Rocket Lab puts. And before we go over the numbers, when Rocket Lab sells off, I will buy a call option or shares. So I'm very bullish on Rocket Lab, but it's gotta cool off, it's gotta come down. And like I said, this channel is all about trading stocks on the way up and on the way down. And I think Rocket Lab right now is a perfect opportunity for a hedge. With that said, let's look at the financials and let's look at the charts, and then we'll talk about the hedge. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is look at the aerospace and defense sector, and we wanna see the average price to sales. So the industry average is 19.74. Let's just say 20. And look at this, the S&P is 9.48. Rocket Lab is nowhere near entering the S&P. So keep this in mind throughout the video. And the price to book is average, let's say 7. And these are the competitors in that sector. And I can tell you right now, all of these companies like Raytheon, Lockheed, Northrop, L3 Harris, their price to sales are under 10. Some of them are 3 to 5. These are the best of breeds. Rocket Lab is nowhere near these companies. So now we go to Rocket Lab's financials, and the first thing we see is that they have a $45 billion market cap. That's a big number. So they better have some revenue to back that up. But they don't, because look at the last 4 quarters. 132 million, 123 million, 144 million, and 155 million. So it adds up to about 500 million. That is not enough for a $45 billion market cap. That's enough for a $20 billion market cap, but not 45, I'm sorry. And look at their operating expenses. They've had not one quarter over the past 4 quarters where their revenue exceeded their operating costs. So when will they become profitable? Who knows? And so then look at this, an 81 price to sales, and the industry average was 20. So this is 4 times higher than the industry average. And the price to book industry average was 7, and they are trading at a 32 price to book. This right there seals the deal. I don't need to see any other numbers to tell you this is overvalued. So we quickly look at Firefly Aerospace, which is another competitor, and they're trading at a 43 price to sales, which is still crazy overvalued. But it's half the valuation better than Rocket Lab. So now we go to a real company and compare it to Rocket Lab, because Firefly is a joke. L3 Harris has a 2.89 price to sales, 3.22 price to book. Think about that. L3 Harris makes rockets and missiles and spacecraft and all the stuff that Rocket Lab is trying to do. And remember, L3 Harris bought Rocketdyne. So I wouldn't be surprised if someone buys Rocket Lab. And look at this, 2.89 sales, and the industry average is 20. The S&P is 7. So this number is phenomenal. And the last comparison is Raytheon. And look at this, 2.94 price to sales, 3.92 price to book. Excellent numbers. You cannot compare these numbers to Rocket Lab's 80 sales. And you cannot tell me that Rocket Lab does things that Raytheon doesn't do. With that said, this is my Rocket Lab Hedge. It's an ETF, 2x 2 times the short, so it pays double, and the ticker is RKLZ. And so I am currently down negative 18.5%. And I'm not worried about this because I was up 10% until they had good news on December 31st, so the stock popped. And my price paid is about $4. So the maximum amount I can go is about $1,000. I currently have about 500, 385 here plus this negative 87. So I can go about another 500. With that said, let's look at the charts. Okay, so this is the 6-month chart of Rocket Lab, and the lowest I think it'll go is 39, which is here. I do not think it'll ever go lower than that. And if it does, it will be a very good buy. Because of the hype, because of the momentum, because of the retail, because of the meme attachment to it. Not because it's a good value here. It will still be overvalued here, but not crazy overvalued. So will it go to 40? Probably not. But it will definitely go to 63. Which is here. And it may even go to 53, which is here. And it will definitely drop to 69.70, guaranteed without a doubt. So I will not sell that ETF Hedge until it drops below 69, which is here. So I will sell that ETF Hedge between 69 and let's say 60, which is here. And suppose Rocket Lab goes higher than 86, which is where it currently is. I do not add to it until it goes past 90 or even 100. But once it passes 100, I then double down on the ETF, which puts me at $1,000 on the ETF. And then I look at a put option as well. And when we look at the ETF Hedge chart, we see that I paid about $4, which is right here. So look at all of this upside that I have if the stock drops. And this ETF has never been lower than 324, which is where it's currently at. So if Rocket Labs hits 100, this ETF will probably go to about 250, which is where I will double down. And the all-time high for this ETF was 23, which is here. So I'm thinking from $4, which is here, I will cash out at about $10, which is here. And if Rocket Lab drops a lot, I'll probably cash out at 15, which is here. But I'm definitely gonna cash out at 10, and I will highlight it in one of my videos. So now that you understand the ETF hedge, and the maximum I will go is $1,000 on that, now let's look at some put options that I will also place if Rocket Lab goes over 100. So my maximum amount that I can put on this hedge will be $2,500 total. $1,000 on the ETF hedge and about $1,500 on the put. And that $2,500 is about 8% of my portfolio at the current moment because I'm trading with about 30,000. And I cannot go more than 10% because that's the discipline every trader has to have. No trade can be more than 10% of your portfolio. And the reason why I did not place a put yet is because it's so hot right now. It could go to 100. It can go to 110. It can go to 120. But I know if it goes to 120, that's the top. And that's when I will place the put order. And also the put order has a time limit. The ETF doesn't. So with that said, let's look at the put option that I'm looking at because the most important thing is the expiration date. And why do I think this expiration date is very important? So now we go to the Rocket Lab options chain link. And the dates that I'm looking at is March 20th, 2026. And I will explain why in a minute. And the next date I'm looking at is July 17th, 2026. So if I place a put option, it will either be March 20th or July 17th. And if I wait for it to go above 100, the put option will be about $3,000. So that will be over my budget, but that's fine because once it gets over 100, it's a 100% green light in my opinion. So at that point, it'll be about 12% of my portfolio, which is fine. I did the same thing with Reddit and I did the same thing with Snowflake. So now let's look at why I'm choosing March 20th or July 17th and why I'm not choosing something earlier. So with all that said, the two main reasons I think there will be a stock market sell-off is because of number one, the Fed rate cut meeting. I believe it's the 27th or the 28th. And if Powell doesn't cut, market's going down. If Powell cuts, market will continue with the bull run. Then 2 months later, we have March 3rd, the midterms. I think this is going to cause more of a sell-off than the rate cut because I think Powell will cut rates by another quarter point. But the midterms, I think Democrats are going to sweep. And why do I think they're going to sweep? Because of the Trump ICE raids. Everything else Trump is doing, I like, except I don't like the ICE raids. I think they're aggressive, they're out of hand, and it's pissing off a lot of people. So I think there's going to be a Democratic sweep, and it's going to cause a stock market sell-off. And a lot of people are saying that the stock market will sell off during the first half of the year. And I don't see any other reason for a sell-off other than these two reasons at the moment. If I come up with another reason, I will let you know in the next video. Or if you think of another reason, make a comment. But I don't see the tariffs causing any drama because Trump keeps changing the tariffs. Tariff one day, tariff no day, tariff this day, tariff that day, extends the tariffs. It has nothing to do with the stock market at this point. So the reason why I'm going to choose March 20th is because it's after the midterm elections and there will be a sell-off before that. Or I may choose July 17th depending on how Rocket Lab trades. If Rocket Lab doesn't go over 100 by April, then of course I'm not going to choose the March 20th. But if it goes over 100 in April, then I will choose the July 17th. And another factor is in May, which is here, Trump is electing the new Fed chair. So I think in May, when he elects that Fed chair, it's going to be a bull run. And now that I think of it, and as I'm making this video, the new Fed chair starts May 15th. So I will not be placing any puts after April. So scratch that July talk. So my two options for the puts are either March 20th or April 17th, and there will be no puts after April. So it all depends on how Rocket Lab trades. It could sell off tomorrow, and I will never place a put. At that point, I will place a call. So let's see how it trades. So with all that said, what do you think about the Rocket Lab trade? Do you think it's gonna cool off? And what price do you think it will drop to? And if it drops to that price, would you buy a call or would you buy shares? Comment down below, let's get the conversation started. What other puts do you see that are hot right now? And as always, be careful trading. This is not financial advice. Do your own homework and see you in a few days in the next video.